10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Boop! Hello, my little makeup lovers, and thank you for coming back to my 10th day. 10 days I have been filming in your face, and you have watched me, and gosh, you've been so kind to me, all of you. You've been so awesome. So, today is 10 Lords a-Leaping. I'm telling you, after day 7, I have been looking all these up because I have absolutely no clue. If anybody in the comments knows really what these songs are supposed to be about, please let us all know, because I have no clue. They make no sense to me. I just was trying to think of something creative to do during this Christmas season, and I came up with that idea. Not that 9 million other people haven't probably already done it, but I didn't try to go look for theirs. I just did it, and I'm doing it. So let me put up Lords a-Leaping, and then we'll start putting some shadows on my eyeballs. There, but I'm gonna focus more on the pants that the gentlemen were wearing, the leaping lords or whatever the heck they're supposed to be, and they were gray. So I have like 5 palettes right next to me, and what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna start with Wet n Wild, because these colors here have a gray undertone to them, so we're gonna start with those. Because you know what? I have some nostalgia for my Wet n Wild as I drop it on the ground and break it. Because in the beginning, long before Allison started a channel here on YouTube, she got back into makeup. I'm going to use my 514. My 514 and my... This is the 514, this is the 441. You can see this one is denser than this one is. So I'm gonna start with, actually I'm gonna start with my 414. Even I don't know what the heck I'm doing most of the time. And I'm gonna take this shade on top first as my transition shade. It even told you, transition. And then they told you on back some eye looks you could get. When I was first getting back into makeup, I got these because they were cheap, and I wasn't 100% sure. I put on the paint pot today, MAC paint pot. Not 100% sure I like. I know, I don't like MAC paint pot. I'll get my makeup license taken away from me. Everybody loves MAC paint pot. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not 100% sure about MAC paint pot, but that's just me. I'm crazy like that. So I got all the little, what are those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 eyeshadow palettes that Wet n Wild did. That was about the time that everybody was getting back impressed with Wet n Wild, because I think we could all say, Wet n Wild was not on anybody's radar a couple years ago. It was what you would find at the dollar store. A shadow for $1, maybe 50 cents, 2 for $1. Nobody was really buying it. So, and then all of a sudden, they changed their formula on some of their shadows, and everybody started going, ooh, Wet n Wild, you're a contender now. And then they came out with that foundation that I detest, but 85% of the world loves. So, and then they were really on the radar because it was, an inexpensive foundation that a lot of people liked, that worked for a lot of people, and there you go. So, I first bought it and liked it, and used it quite a bit. But then I got a little more comfortable. I'm going to take this darker one now, more in the inner corner. They're a little powdery, I'll give you that. But then I started getting a little bit more interested in makeup, and getting back in the game again. And I stopped using this as much. And started using, you know, more high-end makeup. So when I was going through my palettes this morning, trying to figure out who I was going to use for my look today, I was like, you know what? Let's old school it a little bit and go back to Wet n Wild, because it is a good product. It does a good job. And just because it's not expensive doesn't mean it's not good. Just like Juvia's Place, just like BH Cosmetics, everything is hit and miss. Although I've never had a miss from Juvia's Place. I mean, I don't have all their eyeshadow palettes, obviously, so I don't know. But from the ones that I've used, not one of them is a miss for me. They're all hits. All right, I'm just gonna kind of blend a little bit. I'm gonna try to keep it not into the eyebrow today. I'm going for a non-eyebrow eyeshadow day. I know, who am I? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life here? I just don't feel like hitting my eyebrow today. Not that I ever feel like hitting my eyebrow some days, but it just happens. So, all right, I'm gonna put that aside. No lie, I swear I have like a million. Oops, I should not have closed that, because some of these are a little bit of a bugger to get back into. Okay. Let's see, let me look at my, I'm sorry, I'm wasting your guys' time, aren't I? Let's set that over to the side. I think I'm gonna go into my Bold Obsession. I have not used this on online. I haven't used this on my channel at all. So I think I'm going to, I'm also brought out the big heavy hitter, my MAC one, which I told you guys I was gonna use again, because there's definitely some gray shades in there. All right, I'm gonna take this gray right here, and I'm gonna put it just in the outer portion there. And I'm gonna get a flat shader brush to do that. Let's use my MAC, my Morphe 421, like I have a MAC brush. I don't think so. Allison didn't win the lotto. She does not have a MAC brush. And let's pack that into the outer corner there. So yeah, I decided to bring out my Wet n Wild today. I was feeling nostalgic. So I thought I would share a little bit of the humiliation called Allison. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I'm a nice person. Really, I am. I'm just a nice person. But sometimes I do things that make me appear like I am not a nice person because I try too hard to be nice. You know what I mean? Like, it knocks me in the butt because I try really hard not to hurt people's feelings or insult them. And in general, that gets me into trouble. You know what? I'm going to try a little bit of this on my finger. I swear, if you want something to sparkle a little bit more, for me, it's use my finger, and there you go. Because I've got it sparkling real nice. You know what? Let me do this. There we go. That better? I think that's better. Okay. I have like rearranged the lights in my room so many times trying to get the perfect lighting. It'll never happen, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna go with the black that's in this Milani palette, and I'm gonna just do real lightly. So I'm gonna take my Morphe 562, my goodness, and ever so lightly put just a tad bit on my brush and just kind of go in the outer corner there. just to deepen it up. All right, so let me tell you my one humiliating story that happened not that long ago. I don't think I told you guys. I told other people so they could laugh, because they know me and they know that I'm too nice and I would never want to hurt anybody's feelings. I mean, ever. That's just not in me to want to hurt somebody. So, okay. So I was at the bank here in my little podunk town. Sorry, I don't mean any insult to anybody, but I live in a tiny, 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 tiny town. So, all right, I'm gonna take a little bit of this. Let me look here real quick. Let me see the gray in here. Actually, I'm gonna take a little bit out of my MAC one. I'm gonna take this gray right here, which is about to rain. And I'm gonna just put a little bit on my finger. I'm gonna put that in the middle. Don't worry, we're gonna spice up the under eye. Don't you worry your pretty little head about that. Whoa. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love this palette. It is so pretty. And I will be bringing this out for a look maybe later this week. I can't remember. I'm doing a collab with some lovely ladies here on YouTube. And I think I might be using this palette. So, sorry, I better not have been mumbling. You better have been able to hear me. I hate that when some people mumble and you can't hear them on here. And I'm yanking up my volume on my, phone, and I can't hear them. Okay, so I'm at the bank, and the you know, the rugs that they have underneath your feet when you're at the tellers, well, the people were there replacing them, picking up the old ones and putting down the new ones. All right, I am now going to go in with, I'm going to switch things around. I'm going to go in with this Milani one in the inner part of my eye, and then at the very end I'm going to use this little gray one as an inner corner highlight. So, all right, so the person was there, you know, and I was standing on the rug and I could see them right next to me. Well, that's not a good finger. Sorry, I couldn't figure out a way to get that in like that, so I guess I'm gonna clean off this finger here and use my pajama bottoms. Yes, I'm wearing pajama bottoms, but you can't tell that because you just think I have a shirt on. I'm gonna use this finger and just pat on the inner corner there. And so you know, they have hats on because it's cold. You know, they got their, you know, wool hats on and all that, and they're in their bulky clothes and all that good stuff. And I said, oh, I said, oh, sir, I go, I'm sorry, I go, would you like me to move out of your way so you can get that? And the person says, well, yes, and I'm not a sir, I'm a ma'am. Yeah, the humiliation that I'm sure I gave to that person was horrible, but the humiliation I did to myself was even more. Because I was trying so hard to be polite and say sir and ma'am and all that, because I was raised correctly, I then humiliated myself and that person. So then I'm mumbling, trying to get out of it. See that little inner corner highlight? Let me tell this real quick, and then I'm going to go off and do my other eye, and then we're going to do the under. And I'm looking to the bank tellers behind me because I've known most of them my whole life because it's a small town and everybody generally knows each other, especially the bank. And they're just smiling, nothing. I'm like, And then finally the cleaning or the rug people leave, and I look at them, and this is what they say to me. They're like, oh, thank goodness you did that, Allison, because we haven't quite figured out if that was a man or a woman either. And I'm like, leave it to Allison to open her big mouth and insult somebody, and also help the people in the teller line so they know next time to call that person a ma'am. Now, normally I would have just said, oh, can I get out of your way? But no, I added the sir. Now listen, I'm telling you, if you're not 100% sure in this world, don't use a sir or a ma'am or a miss or anything. Just be polite. Say, would you like me to move out of your way? Could I move out of your way? Don't add ma'am, sir, miss, anything. Okay, I'm going to go out and finish my other eye, and then we're going to do underneath the eye, and that's going to bring this out. Can you see I put that red eyeliner on there? Yes, looking so pretty. I like it. All right, so let me put my mascara on while I tell you another story of Allison. Okay, so Allison, I love talking about myself in the third person like a goofball. So when I was in 3rd grade, yeah, that was the day I decided that I was going to cheat for the very first time on a test. So everybody was cheating that day. Everybody was looking off everybody's papers. It wasn't really, you know, it's the 3rd grade. I don't say anything about cheating. It's just, yeah. So I did. And I cheated off of my friend Rachel's paper because she was next to me alphabetically. So, because, you know, remember that's how we all just sit by our last names alphabetically. So, you should have seen everybody's little eyes were all like, you know, doing that. So I did the same, you know. Shouldn't have done it, but I did it. So went home. I think I got like a B- on it or something. It wasn't like I got an A+. Obviously, Rachel wasn't that bright. So Rachel's not watching this, so there you go. So I sat on that for the day that I cheated. First time cheating, you know. And it ate at me. And it ate at me. And it ate at me. So basically, when my mom was, you know, putting me to bed that night, I was like, Mom, I cheated on the test, and I cheated. I looked at somebody else's paper, and I just spilled the whole beans. So my mom, being, you know, wanting to teach me a lesson, which is, you know, what you do. Okay, I'm going to go into the Little Pony one, and I'm going to take this icy, glittery blue underneath my eyes. I'd already taken my pencil that has magically disappeared, but I used my silver NYX eyeliner that is somewhere in oblivion right now. And now I'm going to put this on. So my mom, you know, she wanted me to learn my lessons, so she made me go to Miss Watkins. Yes, I remember my 3rd grade teacher's name. And I had to tell Miss Watkins that I had cheated off of somebody's paper. Now, I may be a rat on myself, but I do not rat out other people. I do have some, you know, class there. So Miss Watkins had asked if, you know, Rachel knew that I had cheated off her paper. And now that I wasn't going to, you know, I wasn't going to tell, yeah, you know, yeah, Rachel knew. We all knew. We all cheated. Every dang gone person in that room cheated. But I was like, no. Rachel didn't know. And I also didn't want the crap beat out of me, you know, for telling the truth about that. Because Rachel had a sister. She was a twin. And they would have beaten the crap out of me. So I had some self-preservation at that moment too. So I had to, all alone, take the test over again. I failed that one. I failed that. So the best grade I could get was a B on the next test because she took a whole grade away from me. So I think I got like a C minus or something on that test. The sad thing is, in all reality, if I would have just looked on my own paper and not cheated, I probably would have, you know, got a decent grade and nothing would have happened and life would have gone on. But it was that peer pressure of everybody else was cheating that day. So I was like, well, I want to be like everybody else and cheat. Don't be like everybody else and cheat, kids. It's just dumb. Just study and do the test and you'll be fine. So, oh, my pencil. Told you it would appear out of the abyss somewhere. I also used this NYX. This is the cheap version of the Stila stuff. This is a body liner, and I use it on my eyes. And I use a little bit more glittery on my eyes there. All right, let's put some mascara under my eyes. So there's that story. And I'll tell you one last story of, actually, I got stuff under my eyes I want to get off before it stays there. Sweep that off. I'm gonna have glitter down everywhere, but I'm trying to keep it somewhat under control. Okay, so my friend Nancy and I, see, I had friends in school. It wasn't that I didn't have friends. I actually, because my brothers were so popular, Mike was the athlete and Don was, you know, the class clown, you know, Don was the partier, you know. So they had the mix. They had the athletes and they had the partiers. So it wasn't like people didn't like me because they liked my brothers. So the girls liked my brothers, so they wanted the opportunity to come to my house to see my brothers. You know how that worked. So, but I was given the offer, and my mother reminded me of this because I don't remember anything, but I was given the offer from the popular girls if I didn't hang out with my one friend. I'm not going to say who she is because I don't want her ever to know this. But this girl that was my friend, she had some issues. I'm just going to say that, you know. And she wasn't the most popular in school. But from an early age, because I had issues, I took people in. If I saw that they were hurting or they didn't have any friends, I wanted to be their friend. I did that from day one. I'm not doing that as much now. I do it to like people that I know, but I still don't want anybody to feel out of place because I have felt that way more times in my life than I want to say. So I will bring you in if I feel like you don't have a place, you know. So they offered me the opportunity that if I wanted to, as long as I got rid of that friend, I could be their friend. Who does that? You know, I never would have done that. I never would do that. So I was like, thank you. No, I'm comfortable where I'm at, you know. So I don't know why I told you that part of the story. But, okay, I'm back. So I'm going to use my NYX Suede. This one is in Moonwalk. I remembered this because I watched Anya Stamper, Pink Sweets, use it, the one that I had sent her. And I remembered that I had picked up some of these for myself. So, all right. So Nancy and I had gone over to the other school. Our school sat, you know, one school sat here and the other school sat here. This was the elementary school. This is the middle school. And we had to go over there to do something and then try to get back before the next period. So, and it was a snowy day. So we decided to take a shortcut back. And let's just say the shortcut was not a shortcut. The janitor staff had not, it had snowed and the janitor staff had not cleaned off the steps of the way we went. And they were probably about 2 feet high of each step. So Nancy and I got stuck going up the steps. Literally stuck on the steps. And Ding-a-ling Nancy, love you Nancy, had taken her gloves off. So her one hand froze to the metal bar. Literally, it froze. It was stuck there. So she's screaming because it hurts and she can't get her hand off. I'm the crippled friend and I'm trying to get up this much snow on each step so I can get up to get to the office so I can get somebody to come help Nancy unstick her hand to the metal bar. We were a comedy routine that you had never seen before in your life. So finally I crawled my way up the steps, snow from here to here all over me. I looked like the snowman coming into the office going, "Ah, Nancy's stuck out there." So yes, we got Nancy unstuck. I think they got some warm water and they unstuck her hand. And we got a tardy for our next class because I believe it was a science class and he was scary. And he gave us a tardy for being late. He did not care that Nancy's hands were bandaged up and that I had snow all over me. Shame on us for being late to his class. Not very nice. Okay, guys. Hopefully you didn't find those stories too boring. But this is my 10 Lords of Leaping. I wanted to use some gray today. I was in the mood for gray eyeshadow. When I was younger, gray eyeshadow was all over the place. And then as time has gone by, gray is not the color to use anymore. But I still like it. I still think gray has its place. So there's my gray with my Papa Blue and my Papa Red, like in the picture of the Lords of Leaping. So, again, down below, if anybody knows what that song's supposed to be about, educate me. And I'm sure other people would love to be educated too. So, okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today. You have 2 more days of that ahead of you. We have 11 and 12, and I think it's drummers drumming, and I don't know what the last one is. Sorry. And then I'm going to be doing some more things for you till we get to Christmas. So, you have that to look forward to. Okay, I'm going to try to do a thumbnail. That won't be my thumbnail. I guarantee you. Any wacky face that I made during this will be my thumbnail choice. So, there you go. That picture, that face that I just made now, that will be my thumbnail choice. I don't know why. I don't know. We'll try. So, okay guys, have a good day. Have a good night if you're watching it later in the evening, and I will see you again soon. I have a foundation review that I did I used the foundation this weekend, so that's going to be coming up too today, so I don't know which one I'm going to get out first, so you're going to get to see me twice. Double the fun for you. There you go. All right, guys, have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Bye-bye.